UN Security Council will discuss a resolution aimed at ending the current war between Israel and Iran. The US has also joined the attacks after targeting 3 Iran nuclear sites. The Iranian government says it's currently assessing the damage caused by the US attack on its nuclear sites. Nina Maria Potts reports from Washington.
Well, the two big questions remain: how much has Iran's nuclear program actually been damaged, and will Iran retaliate, and what shape might that take? Those two answers boil down to a central issue. Is this a one-off strike? And will Israel's war against Iran stop there, or will America be dragged into a much wider conflict? The Pentagon's top leaders claiming success this morning here in Washington, echoing President Trump, but also acknowledging that it's too soon to say whether Iran still has some nuclear capability left. Iran, of course, has condemned the strikes and has emphatically stated its right to defend itself. Iranian officials, meanwhile, saying they're working to assess the scale of the damage to the facilities at Fordo, Natanz and Isfahan. President Trump making it clear the US does not intend to get involved in an all-out war. Vice President J.D. Vance saying on Sunday morning here that the US is not at war with Iran. The US is at war with its nuclear program. The Pentagon's chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Dan Kane, saying the initial battle damage assessment shows all 3 sites sustained severe damage and that a final assessment would take some time. We're hearing that the Fordo site has not been completely destroyed, but it was severely damaged. US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth denying that this would turn into an open-ended conflict. He insisted President Trump had given him what he called a focused and powerful and clear mission. But hopes for a negotiated solution with Iran now look very unlikely, and this, of course, only days after President Trump said he would wait up to 2 weeks to give the diplomatic route a chance. Iran's foreign minister has condemned the US for undermining diplomatic efforts. He's rejected calls from the Europeans to return to the negotiating table, saying Iran reserves all options to defend its security interests and people. But he didn't say what that meant specifically. So it boils down to possible retaliation against US military bases in the Middle East. And the US obviously now on high alert in the region. It has more than 40,000 troops stationed on bases and warships. US officials insisting that Iran's stockpile of medium-range missiles is diminished, but still has a supply of other weapons, including rockets and drones. So it really is now a question of what retaliation looks like on Iran's side, and in Washington, officials and the administration very much on high alert, with a debate on Congress over this attack on Iran, with the Democrats furious that they were not consulted. Before the strike, Iranian officials saying they would retaliate against the US, and then an Iranian commentator on state television warning Americans in the region that they were legitimate targets. Options for Iran, they could fire drones and missiles at American bases in the Middle East, but they could also attack America's allies. At the moment, it looks like Iran might be moving to block the Strait of Hormuz. That's the latest here from Washington. I'm Nina Maria Potts for the SABC News.